look for people who are highly detail-oriented, but also curious at the same time. That's kind of an interesting combination, because someone who's really detail-oriented, sometimes they're not the most curious or creative. We look for both, and frankly, we find them. And that's a really important trait, because they have to be able to manage a lot of complexity, whether it's managing a project to its conclusion, or whether it is going out and mining the next story, which is going to help promote our brands. So those are really important attributes. The other is, we want people who hold themselves accountable, because we hold ourselves accountable, and who aren't afraid to take on a lot of responsibility at the same time. So, really important attributes. Hard work and business results are really important, but it's how you get the business results that really matters. Absolutely. You know why? Because they see the business differently. They see the world differently than we do. And that's so important. I can't tell you how many times I have been involved in discussions with young people who work for me about the business, and I see it one way, but they bring in a whole new perspective. And you know what? I have to be open to their ideas, and normally, in almost all circumstances, we wind up in a better place in terms of where we're going with the message or the solution to an issue. So it's always good to have bright new perspectives, and I think that's what the next generation will bring in.
He wants to give good counsel and good guidance to people because it's the right thing to do. And I think people like that attract other people who want to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. I think what he said that was really important was a really burning curiosity about what you want to be involved in a communications professional, and an openness to continuous learning. Those things will serve you well no matter what specialty or what sector or what geography you want to practice in. I think that it's very interesting to talk to Tom Henderson, because if you think about industries that have been disrupted, and you think about General Motors, a classic mid-20th century success story, right? An institution, 50% market share, hundreds of thousands of employees. And you look at that business and that model that served generations of employees. And now look at the things that he talked about. Self-driving cars, right? Movement away from the internal combustion engine. Movement away from selling a vehicle once to a concept based on ride sharing, like an Uber or a Lyft, and also new industry alliances and globalization being so important to a company like GM. You get a real sense for how agile organizations have to be and how agile we have to be in our careers.